Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. So I just heard on my phone that we are live on my phone. I'm just going to make sure we're good on the iPad, and there we are. So good evening. Hopefully you guys have had a great day. I spent most of my morning trying to finish up my Valentine's Day cards to get them in the mail tomorrow. Didn't get them all done, but hopefully after the Facebook Live I can go in for a couple hours before I go to bed and hopefully finish them so I can head to the mailbox. So yesterday was actually National Send a Card to a Friend Day. I'm a couple days late. I'm going to be sending them to a few friends. But being late is better than never, right? I'm all about being late is better than never. So they will be out in the mail hopefully in the next couple days. So good evening, Anna. If you're just logging on, say hi so I know you're there. So, I think I might hear the FedEx man or somebody's knocking at my door. Hello, Barbara. How are you? So today's card, I actually just got this bundle in the mail yesterday, and I was pretty excited to play with it. I know it's been out for a little bit, and you might have seen it already, but I haven't had it yet, and I just got it, so I'm super excited to show you. It is called Here Together. So it's a stamp set, a die, and it has matching different color of our blender pens. It comes as a suite. So I wanted to show you, we're not using the blender pens today, I just wanted to show you a fun new way to make some cards. They're super simple, quick and easy. And if I did the correct math, you can get 194 cards out of the pack. I forgot, it does come with a pack of 6x6 designer series paper. So you can get 194 cards out of a pack of the 6x6, because you can get 4 cards out of one sheet of the 6x6. So we'll see how well we do tonight. So hello, Bev. Hello, Marie. Hello, Valerie. Anybody else logging on? Hello, Darlene. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and bring the camera in and flip you down so I can show you all the fun new products. So this is the designer series paper. I love black and white paper. I have no idea why. It is so striking and so beautiful. So this is the one side, and then you flip it over, and you can use your blends to color on these as well. So you could really make the black and white designer series paper any color you want. But I really love those tiny little hearts. So that's the designer series paper that comes with it. I actually haven't even opened the dies yet. I just played with the stamp set this morning. Let me pull this out, and I'll show you what the dies look like. I've seen a lot of it online. So it says, You Matter, and then Love for You, I think. I don't know what that one says. I can't really read it upside down. Oh, Here for You. That kind of looked like love. So Here for You and You Matter, and then it has where you can stamp the hands that have the heart in it, or the little pinky promise swear, you can stamp that out. And then it has the little heart as well. It is a super fun set, and I've actually seen quite a bit of things with this set. It is on low inventory right now, so if you want it, I would definitely think about ordering it sooner than later. I did put a description in the link where you can just order the bundle if you wanted to. And these are the 5 colors of blender pens that come with the suite. So it's blender pens, designer series paper, die, and stamp sets. So that's what comes with it. We're using a lot of the stamps for tonight's cards. These are the only 2 that I didn't use. Okay, so let's push all this aside and let me bring in the fun card we're going to be making. I have to grab, I think that's a designer series paper I decided to use. Okay, so the original 4 cards that I created, I used Melon Mambo and Gorgeous Grape. So I wanted to do a little bit different colors for the live, but this is what I came up with the Melon Mambo and then the Gorgeous Grape. So they're super easy and fun cards, and you only need one sheet of designer series paper to do all 4 of these cards. And I did put in the description, I cut them differently. So this one is 4 by 11 and this one's 5.5 by 8.5. So you could really use whatever size card base that you want. So for the cards we're going to do tonight, I wanted to bring in Pacific Point and Just Jade. I really thought Pacific Point and the one sentiment that says I promise would be a really good masculine Valentine's Day card. So my husband's birthday is on Valentine's Day and it's a Valentine's Day. So I actually have to give him 2 cards. Not that I have to, but I do. Okay, so we are going to cut this together so we know how to do this. So you're going to take a sheet of 6x6 designer series paper and we're going to cut this down to a 4x4. So we're going to save that piece. So there's 4 and there's 4. So this piece is already cut down to what we need. So we're going to save that. This piece we are going to go ahead and cut down to 5 inches. So the only scrap we're going to have is this tiny little piece, and you could really use this for a scrappy card. So you could save all of these tiny little pieces and use them on a card. So now we are going to start with the 4x4 square, and I'm going to come in and I'm just going to line up the triangle point. So I'm going to line up this point to this point right in the grooves. I'm going to close this and slide it in half. So there are your triangle pieces. So that's all we're going to need the trimmer for. And I do have 8 pieces of our basic white, and this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Since we're making 4, depending on the color card base that you have, 4 of these guys are going to go on the inside, and the other 4 is what we're going to decorate with. So let's start with the first one. So I just lined up the designer series paper. I didn't attach it yet because if I get a halo or if I mess up my stamping, I figured we could just flip it over. So I inked up my ink pads this morning, so hopefully it's not too juicy. So I'm going to grab the stamp that has the heart in the middle. I'm going to stamp it. Okay, that's not too shabby. I'm actually going to clean these because we're going to use them, clean as I go, because we're going to use them more than once. So I have my little cleaning pad next to me. And this one, I think I want it to say, I promise. Oh, I wanted to do that in black. Silly me. We are done with that color for right this second. So let me bring in the mementos. Let me clean that off so I don't cross-contaminate my ink. So I'm going to do I promise up at the top. I guess I didn't re-ink my black, but that's okay. And then I'm going to come in with my hearts, and I'm just going to put a heart down here as well. That looks pretty good. These are super easy, definitely duplicatable. Even if you don't have this designer series paper, you could really use the other side as well. You could pick and choose what side you want. Even if you don't have this designer series paper and you only have 12 by 12, you could still do this. Just cut the same measurements, and you can use 12 by 12 or 6 by 6. So I have my card base. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do something. I actually didn't put this in the measurements, but I have 2 pieces because we're making 4 cards. This is an 1/8 of an inch wide by 6. And I just wanted a tiny bit of a pop of a color going across this card as well. So I'm going to pick this up because I don't want to get glue on my table. So I'm going to put that little pop right there. Just going to let it sit for a second, and I didn't bring my other scissors over, so I'm going to have to use my good scissors on glue and I never do that. So I'm just going to come in with a steady hand. This is probably the hardest part. Trim off those edges, and there you go. It gave it just the little pop that it needed, I think. So while I glue this, let's see who else logged on. Stephanie logged on, Heather, Susan, Kelly. Hello, everybody. So we are doing super easy and definitely duplicatable cards tonight. Just using 6x6 pieces of designer series paper. And then your piece is going to go on the inside. There we go. So one card is done. There's that one. Let's move on to Adjust Jade. If we have time, we'll put all four of them together. We'll see how time goes though. So this one I folded differently. And this one, let's do what we did. Let's do this side. So again, I'm not going to glue this down quite yet, just because I want to make sure I can stamp my sentiment or my image on the bottom and it not get all discombobulated. Let's grab the Just Jade, ink up, and this one was a bit of a tight squeeze, but it did fit. There we go. So I wanted to do a little bit masculine colors, and I did my original ones a little bit more feminine. So I'm going to grab the hearts, and I'm just going to come down and put a couple hearts in the corner. And I want to grab my mementos. I usually don't work with this many colors open all at once, so hopefully I don't make a mess. And this, I promise, literally fits right between the hands. There we go. And you could color these in as well. It's not ideal to use your blends with our water-based ink. You really should stamp in the mementos and color in with the blender pens. But if you're quick, you can do it without it bleeding. But I just wanted to show, oops, oh man. Okay, we're just gonna set that down. I forgot to put the piece on the front. I've done that twice already. Maybe the third or fourth card, we'll figure it out and I'll try to remember. So again, this is literally just an eighth of an inch of a strip. Try to say that 10 times fast. This one I'm going to go up a tiny bit just because I don't want to cover up the hands. There we go. And I think it just adds a little bit of color that it needs to that. Trim off the edges. Now we can glue it down. I'll get with the program, I promise. Oh, haha, get it? I promise. I did bring in a couple of our black gems. I wasn't sure if it needed a little pop of bling, but you could definitely put a couple on here as well if you wanted to dress it up a tiny bit. I always like to do things in 3. So there's 3 little gems. So there's that one. Let's do another Pacific Point. Oh, I didn't put the piece on the inside, but that's okay. We'll get to that. So let's do, now this guy, let me show you. I had to do him vertical and not horizontal. I really wanted to do this one horizontal, but because the designer series paper was directional specific, I had to switch it around. So if you do have directional specific paper, you can either do this horizontal or vertical. We're going to do this one horizontal. I had to think about that for a second. Oh man, and I put glue on this and I wanted to wait. I'm just a hot mess tonight. Anyone else right there with me? Okay, so this one is Pacific Point. And let's do, perfect. Now watch, this is the one that I'm going to get a nasty halo on or mess it up. Let's cross our fingers that I don't do it. Oh, not bad. I didn't, well, we're not quite done stamping, so I shouldn't jinx myself. So this one, love changes everything. I think that's the sentiment I want. Let's grab the mementos. And this one, I think I'm going to put right underneath the hands. There we go. And I think I want a couple hearts on here as well. Remember, these are your cards. You can put as many hearts as you want. Let's just put them up in the corner, up top. There we go. And then we're not going to forget about this little tiny strip. I promise. We have one left. Hopefully I don't forget on that one. So I'm just going to come up here and tuck it up to the edge. And then flip it over. Give it a little haircut. So you could really put all of these cards together in no time at all and have so many cards at your fingertips whenever you need the sentiment that you need. You could actually really even do all of these leaving the sentiment off and then waiting till an occasion comes that you need something and then stamp it. Okay, let's do our last one. Oh yeah, we definitely have plenty of time. And the colors are totally interchangeable. You don't have to use the same colors I am. I just wanted something a little bit more masculine, I guess. Okay, so our last one, let's see, we've done, let's do this one in the bottom corner. Trying to change them all up a little bit. So we're not going to glue this down until we stamp. Do as I say, not as I do. I say that almost every day. So we need this little guy. Let me grab my Just Jade ink. Ink him up. And you know what? I actually think I'm going to go sideways. Maybe not. Yeah, I think I might going to go sideways on this one. Okay, so there's that. And what's saying? We'll get through this together. Every act of kindness changes the world. I don't know if that's going to fit. Oh, that actually might look cute up in the top. Sorry, I'm talking to myself as we're doing the live. Oh, you are, Jessica? That's awesome. They are definitely easy and still super duper fun. And let me clean off the heart because I do want a couple hearts on this one. Okay. I am just going to come across the bottom and put a few down here. Okay, that might be a little too much, but that's okay because it's our cards. If you don't want that many hearts, we don't have to. So I'm going to glue this down. Sorry, my hand is in the way. I just kind of picked that up the wrong way. There we go. And look what I didn't forget. Let's grab our little strip. And again, this little strip is 1/8 of an inch. I did not put it in the description. It's 1/8 of an inch wide by 6 inches long. Flip it over. There we go. I actually think we are definitely done with the ink. And I've been really good about not messing anything up right now. So let's keep it going. Now all we have to do is glue this down. And you could really even bring in some envelopes and use the designer series paper to decorate the envelopes, or you could have a couple right here. You can just bring in your ink pad and stamp the same hand or little fingers on the bottom. There we go. And now you have an envelope to match. I think these are so fun, definitely different, so easy, and I love the black and whites. If I could really have everything in black and white, I definitely would. So let me bring in all the cards. So these are the 4 that we just did on the live. So I used Just Jade and Pacific Point for those 4 cards. And then prior to that, I decided to do Melon Mambo and Gorgeous Grape. So really any of these colors look absolutely gorgeous. And you could even do some yellows or the reds. Possibilities are endless because the black and white designer series paper pretty much does a lot of the work for you. So that is your live for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll go back in and read comments. I know it's kind of hard to read as I am doing the cards, so I will go back and definitely answer any of the questions if anybody had anything. Do remember this suite is on while supplies last, and it's on low inventory right now. So if you haven't gotten it and you want it, I would definitely order it pretty soon. Otherwise, it might be gone forever. If you need anything, please feel free to reach out. I will be back on Thursday for another live, and hopefully I'll have a little sneak peek of our February 19th card class. We're actually doing the tulips and the windmill bundle. It's a page suite, so that's what we're going to be focusing on for card class. I'll be sending an email out about that hopefully tonight or maybe tomorrow, depending on how things go this evening, and my Valentine's Day cards. But if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. If not, I will see everybody on Tuesday. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.